Hi there, this is Catherine. Thanks you for listening to my SEO Tips micro podcast. So, before we get into today's SEO tip, I just wanted to share with you the ways you can support the podcast if you're enjoying all the tips and finding them useful. So, you can send me a donation at buymeacoffee.com/Catherine W. Ong, O-N-G, and that's Catherine with a K. Any and all levels of donation are appreciated. It will help me offset the cost of producing the podcast. So, that's buymeacoffee.com/KATHERINEWONG. I'd also encourage you to subscribe to our email list to make sure you're not missing any future episodes or any other news about the SEO Tips podcast. And to do that, you'd go to wostrategies.com/newsletter. Okay, on with today's tip. Let's talk about some recent Bing ranking insights. Hello, and thanks for listening to SEO Tips today. So, Izzi Smith recently interviewed Fabrice Cancel of the Bing crawling and indexing team and shared a couple of tips on Twitter that I wanted to share with you from that interview. So, here they are. One, click-through rate can be used to determine the relevancy for a query if the query is perceived to require clicks for satisfaction, and therefore it will affect rankings. Bing definitely looks at click-through rate from search. 2, featured snippet satisfaction can be measured by how it reduces a search engine result page's click-through rate. And as an SEO, I agree with Izzi that if you work hard to get clicks from your featured snippet, that would drop the click-through rate on the search result page, and that actually might increase your chances of losing your featured snippet slot. 3, links matter less for Bing than they do for other search engines. 4, Bing is aiming to assist in a shift in how webmasters get new updated content crawled and indexed. So rather than crawling the big web to discover changed content, which can be very inefficient, they really want to rely more on easy to use indexing API. In fact, I've covered how Bing's crawling is less comprehensive than Google's in my post on optimizing for Bing's voice search, and I've linked to it on my site. 5, when it comes to providing that deleted, broken, or old content should be removed from the index for Bing, all you need to do to let them know that that content should be removed is by 301ing those URLs to the homepage rather than providing a 404 or 410, which I think is really interesting. Bing also has a content removal tool. So those are your tips for today. Measure your search click-through rate, especially for images and videos. I have another link on my site about that. Make it easier for Bing to discover your content, and read more on my blog post about how Bing is different from Google and related to discovery, indexing, and ranking. Thanks for listening. Come back tomorrow for another SEO tip.